Alright everybody, this is Zaxtor99 back with yet another video about this fun platformer and survive the island asset flipper that I happened to come across one of his games last week, basically, July 27th, when I found fun platformer. And I played it, and of course it was an asset flip. And when you look at my review, of course I labeled it as the asset flip that it is. For some reason, Steam decided to remove the link to the marketplace where I prove this is an asset flip, but that's okay. You guys can go and look at my Miss number 233 video where I have that same link down in the description. Anyway, I did call this the asset flip that it is. Comes from the asset kit from the Unreal Marketplace. Oversimplistic name tells us all we need to know about how much this developer cares about their game and the level of creativity and effort they put into it. So there we go. This is where this all started. Now, there is another game that this particular asset flipper made that I covered way back in January of 2021. I want to go ahead and say that because that all plays into this as well eventually. But the first game that I ever found was back in December of 2021 when he released Survive the Island. And this well thought out name for a game with mixed reviews right now, might I add, is again probably a like a font and a UI and everything like that that looks all too familiar to many of you who browse the Steam storefront on a regular basis. That's because the Easy Survival RPG asset kit has been flipped over into well over 100 asset flips on Steam to date, and the kit just came out like a year and a half ago, January of 2021. And I knew right when I saw it back in that month. I knew right when I saw it, and I'm telling my good friend Road85, this thing is going to be flipped like a mofo onto Steam. And sure enough, it has been. Anyway, this was the first game I covered by this asset flipper. And somehow this developer was able to report my review and get my review calling this game an asset flip. He was able to get my review banned. I think probably because it says 100% lazy asset flip. I didn't really call him any names or anything like that, but I called him an asset flipper, which is what he is. But I don't know. I don't know why Steam decided to ban this review. But anyway, that's what happened. So anyway, you guys can still go look at my Miss video, Miss number 219, to see where it all started. And that is the first time I came across Exo Games. So then I saw him again in July 27th. This asset flipper thought he was done with me, probably especially after getting my review banned somehow by maybe a Steam moderator that was having a bad day. I don't know. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go back. So what we have here, guys, is H2O Box 1 TTB. This is the same guy as Exo Games. This is his alternate account. So Exo Games is essentially the asset flipper or the developer account on Steam, and X2O Xbox One Twitch TV is his main account where he plays games, etc. So once I reviewed Fun Platformer on July 27th and called it what it is, an asset flip, my guess is he immediately tried to report the review to Steam to try to get it banned as well. And when he, left that to Steam for a few days and Steam didn't remove my review and left it up, as they should have done with the first one, might I add, I'm sure this asset flipper, Exo Games, got mad. And that's when he decided to target my games. So at this point, he started off with just Vector Z, which he played and didn't even try. He was trying to make the game look bad by continually spawning on top of the zombies coming in and saying the game was shit, when he was intentionally spawning himself over and over and over again on top of rocks and killing himself. And this is shit. So he essentially did the same thing with Nerm the Worm, as you see the playtime here, and you see Poggers as well. This game is a ripoff. So I want to go ahead and make it clear right here. What I do on my channel is I actually work as the good guy, right? I try to protect Steam users and let people know about asset flippers and asset flips on Steam. So we know games and lazy games to avoid. And so that's why I created my Myth series years ago, is to let people know about dirty developers, shady developers, and lazy asset flips and asset cobblations. So an asset flip, typically, guys, I've made a video on the difference between an asset flip and an asset reliant game. An asset flip is the laziest sort of game that you see uploaded to Steam all the time. It's where somebody essentially buys a kit or gets a free kit on the Unity Marketplace typically, or the Unreal Marketplace. And they really don't do anything. They just hit the export button, change the name of the game, and it's a base functional game, but it's not meant to be, exported and sold as is. It's meant to give developers a working base so they can study the code, figure out how things work, and make their own game, expand on it greatly. Not just leave all the fonts the same, leave all the enemies and the map exactly the same, leave everything the same, basically, and just export it and sell it as is. That's not what it's intended for, but that's an asset flipper. Somebody who just buys a kit, exports it, and essentially uploads the thing as is. Now, what I call an asset cobbler, right, or an asset reliant game is where somebody typically goes and buys all the different assets. And a lot of times these games will have like an empty map, and they'll have zombies that don't match each other, that'll be way shorter or bigger than the other one. They don't look the same. They don't look like they came from the same creator. And a lot of times they have no cohesion. So a lot of times, I remember one zombie game where I had a forest, and we had pine trees and palm trees all in the same forest. That's the kind of, incohesiveness I'm talking about that you typically see in a lot of the games that are just people throwing assets on a map, all helter-skelter, without any rhyme or reason, and then trying to hit export and hope the game runs. Anyway, this guy, Exo Games, to this point, is nothing but an asset flipper. So he buys kits, and he flips them onto Steam as is for the most part. He doesn't add his own settings, he doesn't add his own maps, he doesn't change the font in the asset kit, he doesn't do any real work. So anyway, getting back to it, these 3 reviews, all about a week after my review of a fun platformer, where I called that game an asset flip, as you can see, have come about a week after that, allowing this asset flipper about enough time to hope that Steam banned that review, and Steam didn't ban that review. So that gives this guy about enough time to get pissed off and start retaliating. These are obviously retaliatory in nature, where he's simply buying my games, leaving them a quick, negative review for no other reason except that he's pissed off. He's mad that I called his asset flip an asset flip. And that's what we have here. Now, he's also madder than just doing this, because of this particular asset flipper sent me an email as well on August 4th, around the same time as you see these things being retaliated against, right? So he has a link here for a YouTube video of mine. He says, "You have 24 hours to remove this video before I get a lawyer involved. You used my name without my permission." Okay? So he's threatening me to try to get me, to bully me, to try to get me to remove my YouTube content, or he's going to get a lawyer and sue me. Anyway, guys, the video he's talking about that he wants me to remove is this video I made back in December. Some humor and wise words from subscriber on Collective. If we go to this video here, guys, we see that the YouTube link is the same as the one he's linking here. This is the same video as he's talking about, and I'll show you why he's mad about this video, or I'll tell you why he's mad about this video. So in this particular video, I'm talking about that Survive the Island, that first asset flip I came across to him back in December. And I'm quoting some quotes from On Collective, one of my subscribers, who made some pretty good quotes about this asset flipping and the whole thing. Some wise words, if you would. But in this video, I found one of the comments by this particular asset flipper, and it shows his Steam name. His public Steam name is available and seen in this particular video. Well, this particular asset flipper, before he had the name H2O, HBO, Xbox One, Twitch TV, or whatever, he had his first and last name followed by the numbers 220 as his Steam username. He chose to put his first and last name in a public forum, in a public display on Steam, where everybody could see it. So in my video, I happen to show his username. Again, the username he picked out. And he thinks that's enough to file a lawsuit on me for, obviously, because he is threatening me that if I don't remove this video within 24 hours, that he's going to get a lawyer involved and sue me. So I basically responded to his email and told him to piss off and go ahead and have his attorney contact me or sue me or whatever. I'm waiting. I am waiting for his lawsuit. But by the way, I might advise you, Austin, because that's your first name, I might advise you that your name is still publicly available to anybody. So if you go in and you click on your Steam username right here, anybody can click right here and they can see your first name right here because you've put that information there. But right up here, if we look right up here, we see the first and last name that you put in your Steam username. Remember how I said followed by 220? You put that there. You put your name on public display. And now you're threatening a lawsuit over that. Like I said, people, I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this up. So anyway, now guys, this guy has, if you go and look at this particular YouTuber's channel, Exo Games, he made 4 videos just yesterday. 4 videos just yesterday talking about me.
Welcome back, guys.
So I'm just going to choose to respond to one of his shorter videos yesterday. So let's go ahead and take a look at this particular 4.5-minute video, and let's listen to him, and let's respond to him right now.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. This video is gonna be the last video covering that dude's games.
Really? So this video is going to be the last video covering me, huh? Well, it looks like you responded to this one after that, so this wasn't the last video.
But I will keep looking at his channel, see if he removed that one video. If he didn't, I will go talk to a lawyer.
Okay, so there he's talking about the video I just showed you guys from last December, where I showed his first and last name, because, hint, 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 you chose to put your first and last name out there for all to see, Austin. You can't sue somebody for you making that choice. Do you think everybody that chooses to put their first and last name in their username on the Sony platform or on the Xbox and plays Call of Duty, do you think somebody that gets shot in the face 40 times by somebody in that game, can they get mad and threaten a lawsuit because, hey man, or like a streamer. So let's say a streamer shoots you in the head 40 times and your first and last name is shown in your username, and you're mad because you go and find this guy's video and you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed that your first and last name is in that username getting shot over and over and over again in this other guy's stream. Well, you're the one that chose to put your real name in your username. You can't press legal action or sue somebody for your own choice to put your information out there on a public, in a public game, on a public website like Steam. You can't sue somebody for your own actions, right? Anyway, let's go on.
About that, because he did use my full legal name.
Wait a minute, I used your full legal name? I didn't put Austin in your name. You chose to do that, Austin. I didn't do that. I simply showed your fucking username that you put out there for the public. Let's get that straight.
And, I know he did not say nothing about it. He should say something about it, because his channel probably could get striked for it. As for his fanboys coming on and leaving comments and disliking, I know he did not say nothing about that. His channel could get terminated for that, I think.
Okay, so now my YouTube channel is going to get terminated again for your own actions. Austin, you brought this all on yourself, bruh. You have brought all these people to your channel because of the way you retaliated against me calling your fun platformer an asset flip, the asset flip that it is, and now your legal, lawsuit threat against me is probably going to bring more people to your channel. So you're talking about targeted harassment. Do you understand, Austin, that to have targeted harassment against your channel, I would have to tell my viewers, hey, go seek out this guy's channel and bomb him with negative reviews or comments or hate or whatever. I haven't done that. I have never told any of my viewers to go to your channel. That's targeted harassment. The people that are coming over to your channel are coming over because my videos are getting a lot more views than yours, I'm sorry to say, and people are naturally curious about who the fuck you are and what's going on your side. And then when they see you don't have a leg to stand on and you're making the kind of ridiculous claims like you are, well, they're probably going to laugh at you, basically. Again, you're bringing all this on yourself.
He's trying to cook Tomlin for not saying nothing, because if he's not saying nothing, this could be targeted harassment from his fans. So
okay, so let's listen to you say that one more time. Let's listen to the level of depth in this statement.
Get terminated for that, I think. He's trying to get terminated for not saying nothing, because if he's not saying nothing, this could be targeted harassment from his fans.
Okay, again, Austin, for this to be targeted harassment, I would be having to tell my viewers to come to your channel. So how do you think that if I say nothing, that's targeted harassment? I don't know where you come up with some of this bullshit you come up with, such as suing me for me showing your public name that you created in my video. Just like I gave the example about Call of Duty, somebody being embarrassed about their first and last name being in their username, and some streamer killing them 40 times. They go and find this video, and then they're super embarrassed because they got shot 40 times and their name's in their username. They chose to do that, but you can't sue the streamer who's streaming shooting you 40 times because you're embarrassed. And that's exactly what this is. You're embarrassed by what's going on now. You're embarrassed to have your first and last name up there with your actions, with your asset flipping, with all these ridiculous statements that you're making now.
So, and YouTube took down people's channels for targeted harassment. So if he doesn't say nothing about it, then he's supporting targeted harassment.
Again, Austin, YouTube has taken channels down for targeted harassment, but again, this isn't targeted harassment. I just explained that to you.
By YouTube's standards. So it's gonna be this is gonna be the last video that I cover these terrible games from this dude, because he's using GameMaker, and GameMaker is a terrible engine to use. So if he doesn't say nothing about his fans coming to my channel and leaving dislikes and comments, I don't care, because it's all engagement still pushes through the algorithm. But if he doesn't say nothing, this could technically be targeted harassment by him and his fans for him not saying nothing about it.
Okay, Austin, so here's a video that I'm making. I am asking my viewers, please don't go over and harass this particular streamer. If you want to go to his channel and give him some views and look at his bullshit content, by all means, go ahead and do that. But by all means, yes, please don't go to this YouTuber's channel and this asset flipper's channel and harass him. Please don't target him. So there you go, Austin. Are you happy that I have told my viewers, please don't go to your channel and harass you? But again, I go back to the same point I've already said. You're bringing all of this on yourself with the review retaliation, with the email to me now, threatening legal action. The more you keep digging yourself in a hole over and over and over again here, this is your fault. Just like it's going to be your fault when Steam bans your fucking asset flipper ass for review manipulation. Anyway, let's go ahead and go on.
So, there could be some probably legal implications for him probably to a damage to my brain.
The irony, you're talking about me causing damage to your brain. When you're an asset flipper, when you're taking retaliatory actions against somebody calling out your asset flips, when you've now threatened legal action against me, and now when you're making videos, 4 videos in one day yesterday, talking nothing but smack about me, and talking about how things that you've chosen to do are somehow my fault.
But the only thing I'm gonna go about talk to Lord is that one video he used 7 months ago with my full legal name in it. That's the only.
I use a video with your full legal name in it. Again, a name that you chose to create and put on a public website, a public forum, such as Steam. You chose to put your first and last name there. You can't sue somebody for your own actions.
I think I'm gonna go see a lawyer for, and if they said he needs my permission to use my name, then I already gave this dude 2 warnings, one a while back ago and one today. And if he does not comply on those orders, then I will get a lawyer involved, and they will take down that video.
I think, Austin, that you probably should have got a lawyer involved before you sent the email threatening me, saying you need to take your video down within 24 hours or else. You chose to do that without a lawyer. Probably not the smartest move. I think you might have wanted to consult a lawyer before you did that. Sam.
Because of that reason, he used my full legal name in it.
Your full legal name you chose to put in your username on Steam. And it's still there, as I've already shown.
So if he doesn't do nothing about it, I'm just gonna have to take the video down. And one, just by watching his videos, you can tell he's not a nice person. People say he's still a fanboy, say I'm not a nice person. So,
again, I'm not the nice person, Austin. All I'm doing is helping protect people and show people, asset flippers like you, who are uploading and selling zero effort or lazy, no effort, low effort trash for money, like you do, right? My games are actually constructed by me with thousands of lines of raw code. I make my own assets in my games. I do all the coding, and I have many streams of me coding my games by hand. I'm not asset flipping. I don't retaliate against people leaving negative reviews on my games and target them as you are doing. And I don't obsess about somebody that is negatively reviewing my games by watching their YouTube channel obsessively as you are doing. But you're calling me the bad person when you are the one causing all this drama. You are the one retaliating against my reviews in a retaliatory nature, as I've already proven, as we've already shown in the other video. And you are the one continuing this now by threatening legal action against me. Again, for your own actions.
Opinion, but you don't know me. But once I have not called him any names, but in his recent video, he called one a developer a lazy piece of shit, and that's calling them names, and not.
Okay, so name calling. There's nothing illegal about calling somebody a lazy piece of shit if they're being a lazy piece of shit. If somebody's being a lazy asset flipper, I have all the rights in the world to call them a lazy asset flipper in my videos. It's my opinion. Do you understand that people are entitled to give their opinions in their videos, Austin? Or is that something you can't quite grasp? Do you think you can sue me for that as well? So if I called you a lazy piece of shit, do you now think that you can sue me for, calling you a name in my video here? I mean, if so, go ahead. Bring the lawsuit on, man.
And more reasons why he ain't gonna post, because he is scamming his fans out of money. He's putting ads on his videos, and
oh, wait a minute, I'm not a good person because I'm making videos and I have ads on my videos. What else, Austin?
And he's putting ads on his videos. He's asking you to donate to him, and you should not donate to him. What?
Hey, I haven't asked you to donate to me. When have I asked you to donate to me, Austin? I mean, really? Where do you get this from? I have a donation link in all my videos, and people can choose to donate to me or not donate to me. That's entirely up to them. I don't think I've ever had a video where I've specifically asked people to donate to me. And if I have, I challenge you to find that video where I've asked people, hey, please donate to me. No, I simply provide a donation link in my video descriptions. People can choose to donate or not. So again, you're just pulling shit out of your ass here. But even so, that still wouldn't make me a, quote, bad person, as you say.
So it was a complete ripoff. And he's charging money for his games.
Okay, so you just said, let me go ahead and repeat that right here.
That was a complete ripoff. And
wait a minute, let me go back here.
Videos. He's asking you to donate to him, and you should not donate to him. What?
Okay, so he's asking you to donate to him, you said, which is a lie. So you're making up lies about me.
So that was a complete ripoff.
And now you said a complete ripoff. So now you're telling viewers on YouTube that donating to me is a complete ripoff. So I would say you're the worst person, Austin, because you're making up lies about me now. And you're telling people that if they choose to donate to me with their own money, if they make that choice, then they're getting ripped off. Right. So find a place in any of my videos where I've ever said that if you donate to so-and-so, if you donate to this person, if you donate to this person, you're getting ripped off. And you're calling me the, quote, bad guy. Like, right. I'm having a really hard time understanding your logic here, Austin.
And he's charging money for his games.
Yes, that makes me a really bad guy because I'm charging money for my games. How dare I charge money for games that, unlike you, Austin, games that I put hundreds, like some of many hundreds of hours of work into, and thousands of lines of code, right? I don't just merely buy asset kits and hit the export button after fucking around with the asset kit for a while. So yeah, I work pretty hard on the games that I do create because I create them from scratch. You might want to learn something about that. Just saying.
This dude is literally a money whore.
Now you call me a money whore. So what was this earlier, Austin? I heard you talking about how you haven't called me any names. You just called me a money whore.
And this will be the last time I do talk to him about his bullcrap, about this whole freaking drama.
Austin, I hate to say it, but you kind of sound like you're about to cry here, bro. Let's listen to this again. It really sounds like you're about to cry. You okay, man?
This will be the last time I do talk to him about his bullcrap.
It's the last time I'm going to talk to Zaxtor99. I think you kind of like me, Austin. Kind of sounds like you're sad about that. You know, the last time you're going to talk to me.
So freaking drama, because I'm just going to ignore it. So that'll be the last video, but I will keep up with his channel on the videos when he posted and that one video.
Okay, so I appreciate your loyalty to my channel there, Austin. I appreciate that you're going to keep up with my channel and my videos when I post them. I like loyal fans on YouTube. You know, if you ever feel like, you know, you're watching my YouTube channel quite a bit and, you know, you're watching a lot of my content, you might think about dropping me, you know, enough money to buy a cup of coffee or something like that. Just saying. That makes me a bad person, right? You know, asking for a donation if you're watching a lot of my content. You know, you don't have to, but I'm just saying. I'm a really evil guy now, right?
Well, he posted over 7 months ago. And if fanboys come to my channel, keep leaving dislikes. And if he doesn't say nothing about that.
So again, Austin, it's not my fault that people come to your channel, look at your content, and leave you dislikes. You can't blame me for that. You can't sue me for that. And you can't get my YouTube channel shut down because you get dislikes on your own channel based on the content that you're providing. If you look at the content you provided yesterday, you've done nothing but cry about me and make retaliatory reviews on my games because I dare call your asset flips the asset flips that they are. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Austin. It's always such a fun time talking to you. At this point, though, I do ask that you do not send me any more emails because I am asking you to stop emailing me And if you continue to email me at this point, that is harassment, because at this point I have asked you to stop.
About target harassment, she might not have a channel much left because of that reason.
All right, there, Austin.
My channel, guys.
All right, there, Austin. So I might not have a YouTube channel left after, making the videos about you retaliating against my games and calling your asset flip an asset flip. People are choosing to come over to your channel. Again, I haven't ever told anybody to go over to your channel and target you. So you have no proof of that. And in fact, in this video here, I've even asked people not to come over and harass you just because you're an asset flipper and a lazy piece of shit and, making this kind of video. But anyway, Austin, it's been a pleasure talking to you once again. I do thank you so much for being so loyal to my channel. And I would encourage you at some point to maybe try to make a game yourself from scratch. Kind of like the games that you gave negative reviews to and laughed at and said were pieces of shit. Because when you do make a video from scratch, I promise you that you are going to appreciate it way more than simply buying an asset kit and hitting the export button after fucking around with it for a while. So my newest game, Zaxtor99. This game isn't out yet, so you can't go leave it a negative review quite yet, Austin. I know that's something you want to do. But as you can see here, all these assets I've drawn myself. This name, I made this myself. I made it glitter myself. I did that with code, right? I didn't buy an asset for that. I didn't buy an asset kit for this game. The UI is designed by me. All these rocks, the UI, everything here, I've created without the help of an asset kit, right? So then I've made this game work and run very, very smoothly. So as you can see, you have very responsive controls. And I'm making this game to launch on Steam. This is my 10th game, Austin, and at this point, I have not used or relied on an asset kit yet. Okay? Some people don't like my games because they're all 2D games, and a lot of people like 2D games, and that's fine. But what I do, Austin, is I try to make games that I enjoy playing myself, which is something you should really do. You'll also notice, Austin, that this particular game, you don't see any other games that look exactly like this, that have a mothership that looks like this, that have mechanics that work exactly like mine. You don't see this particular enemy in any other game on Steam. Why? Because I created this all myself. I drew all this art myself, and I have a unique game. This is what happens when you don't rely or flip an asset kit. You compare this to your Survive the Island. Man, it's got to be really fucking frustrating to put out all that work you put into flipping that asset kit onto Steam. And then seeing tons of other asset flips that look exactly like yours on Steam. Man, that's got to be really frustrating, I would think. To sit there and do all that work that you've done, and then see 100+ other games or asset flips that look exactly like yours. Notice I'm not going to have that problem with this particular game, because other asset flippers can't go and buy this particular kit or a kit that looks like this and just export it onto Steam. And that's the advantage you have, Austin, of when you don't rely on asset kits, right? And so right now, Bud, I am actually trying to help you. I am trying to help you grow. And if you can see the advantages of not relying on an asset kit and flipping an asset kit onto Steam, then, this will actually help you. So see, I killed that enemy. Those enemies get stronger as they combine, this kind of thing. What I want to say about asset kits is asset kits are fine, Austin. It's fine to buy an asset kit if you can go and use that particular kit and you learn something from it. You learn how the code in the asset kit works and how it makes, the functionality of the particular movements or the game mechanics work. And you learn something from it. That's exactly what they're for. But what they're not for, and not what they're not intended for, is to buy that asset kit, fuck around with it, and then hit export and upload it exactly as it is. That's why your Survive the Island looks like 100 other asset flips on Steam, like I said. So yeah, use asset kits all you want to learn something from them, but don't just export the damn asset kit and sell it as is, because that's not what they're intended for. You're not really learning anything, and you're selling somebody else's work. And this is, again, this is how you see 100 plus other asset flips look just like yours on Steam. So maybe you can look at this and learn something, Austin. I hope so. And if you really don't want other people seeing your first and last name, I would highly advise you to make a completely new Steam account and or change your, remove your name completely from visibility on your profile, because anybody, even right now, can go and see your first and last name. So you might want to change that if you're looking to prevent people from seeing your first and last name and knowing exactly who you are. I mean, you put all that information on your profile. You also put where you live, what state you in, what state you live in. You put all that information. You choose to put all that information right in your profile, right in your username. So it's all right there. You can't sue somebody for that, bud. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure you comment down below. This has been Zaxtor99. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.